Hello, welcome to Family We've Got Your Back. I'm Michelle Christensen and I pretend to be a family science professional.
I'm Trent Christensen and I pretend to be a family member.
You don't pretend. You are.
Oh, I'm really good at it too.
I'm a family member professional.
I'm a family member.
And a professional. Okay. Boy, anyway, so commitment this week, right? We talked about it the last 2 weeks, and we talked about how you have to make sacrifices in order to keep your commitments, right?
Yeah.
But in order to want to be in that commitment, you have to find something beyond the sacrifice to make it worth it. Because if you're like, oh, I want to do this, but I can't because of my commitments.
Because of that ball and chain at the end of the table.
Yes, seeing it as a ball and chain. Seeing your spouse or children or parents as a ball and chain, it's gonna be causing some resentment in your life, and you're not gonna keep those commitments very well or for very long.
And if you do keep those commitments, you're going to be resentful, and you enter the Archie Bunker territory.
Can you say that? I don't know. Anyway, so you enter sitcom territory with a bitter husband being grouchy on the couch while the woman does all the work from the 1950s sitcoms.
Yeah.
That's not really. No, you just get divorced and you're unhappy and poor. Right? So anyway.
Yeah.
So we've made some suggestions, but let's go with our definition first. Maybe.
There
we go. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. The definition of a commitment is an agreement or pledge to do something in the future. The state or an instance of being obligated or emotionally impelled, choosing to keep your promises.
Yeah, it's that choice, right? Because you get married once, but then you have to keep choosing. Right?
Yeah.
So, this is actually take 2. We recorded the whole podcast, and apparently we didn't record it.
Well,
we've been struggling. That has happened several times where it just doesn't register as a video that we've recorded. So we're basically talked out and have nothing more to say because we can't really remember what we said before.
We can't remember?
Okay, I can't. I'm tired. So we do this as a date night, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why when we're sick or tired, we do it anyway, because it's our date night. And in order to be it's a part of our date night.
Yeah.
Right? We're probably going to go watch an old classic in our room, and the kids are going to, not be around. And then Trent's going to fall asleep halfway through.
That hasn't been happening as much based on whatever movie you pull. Like if you get some Brit something, then yeah, I'm going to fall asleep.
Well, you fell asleep last night, like 5 minutes into the thing I wanted you to listen to. It was a audiobook that I wanted him to listen to, and he's like, I really can't go to sleep to things I haven't listened to before. He was asleep almost immediately to this new thing.
What time was this?
I don't know. Late.
It had to have been at least 11:20.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And on top of that, I had just played basketball for 2 hours.
Oh.
So there's some other things.
I feel like you're your brother Brandon right now, with your hand on my shoulder like that in the.
That was so true.
You were channeling. You were channeling Brandon.
Completely.
Oh my word. Okay. Anyway, so.
Shout out to Brandon.
So that's why we're kind of not put together, is because it's date night for us, and we want to share our knowledge and experience with you, because time together is precious.
It is.
We feel good when we're doing good.
And the things that we're doing here actually are right in line with our counsel.
Oh, really? Oh, good.
Right?
Yes, it is actually.
You completely. Number one, adaptability is part of your commitment.
Yeah, the step beyond sacrifice, right? In order for as your perspective, as you grow as a person, your perspective changes, right? The way you see the world and interact with the world changes. So why can't your commitments grow and change with you, right?
Yeah.
And so being adaptable in your commitments while keeping them, you just keep them differently than you did when you didn't have kids and it was just fun, right? The first blush of love and newlyweds, or parent, or first time parent, or first time dating, right? First few dates are so exciting and fun, and then real life happens, right? And you change the way you interact, and you change the way you commit to someone, because the relationship changes, so should the way you keep those commitments.
Yeah, our first several years were strenuous.
Throwing up and pregnancy and children and sleeplessness
and unknowing of mental health situations on my part.
Job insecurity.
Yep.
Because he quit his job from a company that was kind of in trouble to go back to school.
Yep.
And we already had kids, and it was like, this is just hard.
Hard. And she didn't sign up for this.
No, I didn't sign up. I thought he was an electrical engineer when we were dating. And then I found out he was an electronics technician. That, let's just say I didn't sign up for that. I signed up. And I thought he went to a university, the university I was going to, not the community college that he was going to. So it was my fault that I thought those things. But anyway, so like we said, we didn't sign up for the things that we thought we were signing up for. And so
it required some adaptations.
It did. It required like, okay, well, my expectations need to change now, because we've made the commitment, and for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, right? And so there's a little thing we came across that says, the commitment is the wedding, the commitment for richer or for poor, in sickness and health, and good times and bad, all that. It implies that life is great now, but it's going to get hard. And it may happen quickly.
And drastically.
And be like, wow, this is a different person than the one I married, which is true. And it happened for us, I would say 2 weeks in. Yeah. I started just being so tired I could not function. And then I got pregnant, and it was 20 years of non-functioning for me, right? And so it was really, a sacrifice to keep those commitments, right? And so that commitment, that wedding, right, that engagement, or that I love you, or whatever it is that's you choosing to be with someone and committing to that person. And it doesn't have to be a spouse. It could be being a parent. It could be being a good friend, right?
Yeah.
Being a good cousin, a good daughter or son, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So whatever relationship, that you're in, apply these concepts to that relationship that you're struggling in, right?
Yeah.
And so it's not just a one-time decision that when you make that promise. It's a daily choice. And here's the quote. It's made at 7 a.m. when you're tired. So that's how you keep it, is when things are tough, you still say, I'm choosing you. I'm choosing this relationship, whatever form it takes, right?
Yeah. It's not 7 a.m. though. It's 5:30.
It's 5:30 for him. And more like 11:30 for me, because I sleep after he gets out of bed.
Yeah.
That's when I get a good solid 2 hours of sleep, is after he gets out of bed.
Yeah.
And leaves the house, because they're noisy when and the dog barks and
yeah.
Anyway, so
Adaptability.
That's what we're talking about.
Go. The second one is tied to adaptability. In
boundaries.
that we got boundaries.
So knowing, it's like saying that's a red flag, that's a hard no. I will not put up with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That this is a deal breaker for me. And so just knowing what you won't commit to, what you say, that's past forgiveness, that's past enduring. Not past forgiveness, but past appropriate for me to stay. Mm-hmm. Right?
And you know,
we're not going to tell you where your line should be.
No.
Because abuse. But how do you define abuse? Right? Like, so just you be careful about how you label somebody else's actions, because nobody's perfect. Right? And if you get out of a relationship and get into another one and you discover that person's not perfect too, and so because they're not perfect, that's, they've made a mistake, done.
Well, and I will say this too. I mean, this, like I said, we don't want to define anything, but there's a lot of people that that think that they want to have this level of person.
Right.
It's
like, I'm this good person, I want someone
therefore,
my equal.
Yeah.
Or better, right?
Or better, yeah. And there's no amount of sacrifice in that kind of a situation that's going to help forge a relationship. There's just, how can this person basically serve me?
Yeah, and that's a very selfish way to be in a relationship.
And anytime you're going to exercise those selfish traits, then you're just going to be building a wall between you and them. And you might have fleeting happiness occasionally, but you're not going to have anything that endures the trials, because they will come. And then it's like, oh, well, he didn't meet my needs, or she did not meet my needs in this instance, therefore
out you go.
There you go.
Or out I go.
Yeah.
Right? Or it's cause for cheating because this relationship isn't fulfilling. Or, whatever it is that causes you to break those commitments. So Trent said something earlier. He said, err on the side of forgiveness.
Yeah.
Right? Because, like we said, everybody's human. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. And it is through making those mistakes and how you respond to those mistakes that help you grow and become better and closer.
Yeah. And
have a deeper, more meaningful relationship because of the trials and the struggle and the resistance that you've been through together.
Yeah.
Right?
The best steel has been forged in affliction.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's me waxing.
Wordsmithy right there.
I'm waxing philosophical right
Good now. Blacksmithing your words there.
Thanks.
Get that? I was quick too. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, just be aware that your boundaries cannot be selfish.
No.
And be willing to put up with a lot. And not just put up with, but forgive and grow and change and become together. Because I'm a totally different person than I was year 2 of our marriage.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think I grew and became a better person.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if there was no room in the relationship for personal change and growth, then, we would neither of us be in a good place.
Yeah.
So,
awful place.
So just be aware that when you're setting your boundaries, to be careful how you set them and why you set them. Okay. So then your vision, there needs to be a vision for your relationship, for your commitment, however that looks to you, right? It's described as a shared North Star or a future goal, right? So that navigating place that you look toward to help you on your travel, on your journey.
And our opening definition instance of being obligated or emotionally impelled. There's a progression there.
Yes,
When you're impelled to do something, there's a forward motion always.
Action.
There's no stagnation. There's always, I'm looking forward to this, and it's a constant looking forward. And it's like, if you're in your 20s, you're looking forward to this. If you're in your 30s, you're looking forward to this, and it's constantly constantly moving forward target, and it's not frustrating that you never get there. It's just you're doing this together.
Well, not never, but it needs to be a goal, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
That you're always striving for. And it can't be something like, to be rich enough to go on a vacation every year.
Right.
That's not the type of
star
we're talking about. We're talking about something outside of yourself, like influencing the next generation so that your legacy is a positive force for good or something like that. That's kind of more of the North Star type idea that we're talking about, not a specific status or event, right?
Yeah, when I think of that too, like an easy one is, you mentioned kids and stuff like that.
Kids is one way to have that legacy.
And I mean, our family is already in the net positive because we have kids that make good choices. So
sometimes. For the most part.
For the most part, yeah.
I mean, like I said, our kids aren't perfect, and we know that, and they know that. But we're on a good trajectory.
Yes. And when is our responsibility over our kids going to end? Never. It's like until the day we die, right? It's like
even then, for us, we choose to believe other after life. Anyway, there's.
But yeah, it's like our obligation to them doesn't end, and that's happy for us.
Yes.
We don't feel that it's not our duty per se. I mean, it is, but it's our happiness to be helpful to them. Yeah.
To guide and the way you guide changes as your kids age, if you have kids. But like we said, apply whatever these concepts are to your situation. We just know children, right?
Yeah.
Like we don't know the struggles of infertility and staying together despite that struggle.
Right.
Many times during my pregnancies, I wish we had that struggle, right?
Yes.
Because, man, that was the hardest. But would we give up one of our kids?
Not in a heartbeat. No.
And so we have been incredibly, I don't want to say lucky, but
that vision has kept us true.
Yes.
And that vision for what our family can become has kept us true.
We understood that there was something outside of ourselves that we needed to strive for. And that's why we were together. Because if, the for richer or for poorer or whatever, for the reasons you get together need to be greater than because I love him, because I love her.
Right.
We want to get married. Well, why can't I get married? It's like, no, because that person will suck you into their black hole of living and it will not be a good place for you. But I love them. I want to marry them. Not a good choice.
Not necessarily a good choice, we should say.
Well, you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
though.
I do.
Like, if you don't have anything other than, but I love them, and so therefore I'm going to get married, you need to have something else. Whoa! Apparently I'm aggressive in this.
Aggressive.
So, there has to be something greater than love that holds you together.
Yes.
Right? And that you have to work toward. Right?
Yeah.
All right. So, our assignment for this week. Go ahead.
Assignment for this week is to find your true north this week. As you fine-tune what your overarching goal is or your overarching perspective,
or purpose.
And maybe it's going to take some time to do it, but you should at least consider it, right? Consider what you're living for long term, and if you need to have a conversation about it, have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Because it is going to be, it's not just your goal, it's a shared goal between the two.
Right, and it can be a lot of fun having that aha moment and discovering your purpose, and it can bring so much joy when you discover your purpose, if you haven't already. And if you've already discovered your purpose, find a deeper meaning in that purpose and go after it.
Yeah.
All right, have a good week.
Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.